we're seeing a very large change and a drastic elevation of sophistication of the adversaries that we are working against. We're also seeing a large change in the types of data that we're exposing to the internet and how that data can be accessed. And so therefore the targeted types of attacks, there's many, many more of them.
Dealing with customers all the time that have literally 65 disparate point security products that don't talk to each other. And that means that finding an advanced persistent threat when you have a different product in every segment of your security strategy that doesn't talk to the other makes it very difficult. So we're seeing more and more customers want to integrate security technologies so that you can ingest and analyze more data and then have action occurring and feedback loops among them.
The other thing that we're seeing is a real shift away from this sort of reactive, signature-based security, and instead moving to the idea of we want to understand all behaviors within an environment. So user behaviors, system behaviors, network behaviors. Let's establish a baseline, and then let's understand when any deviations to that baseline occur, because those deviations by themselves may very well indicate that something is amiss within your environment.
To actually detect them, though, the data that they need to detect them with is actually changing. So the variety of the data isn't the standard transactional data we would typically use in a security intelligence solution. It's things like full text email or scraping communication channels or taking full PCAP data and analyzing it.
We characterize the data in three different types. Hot, which is data which we want to bring in and correlate and analyze right now. Warm, which is data where we want to be able to look at its relevance over the last few days. And then cold data, which may be there for years. And literally we want it there, to be able to look and swim through that data for years. Very sophisticated users want to, what I like to say is swim through the data. They don't know what they're looking for. It's hard to capture that with an out-of-the-box rule, and they want to swim through that data because now they're using their expertise, their industry domain expertise, their knowledge, which is very specific maybe to a situation actually, to go through that data and look for gems of data that they can basically take action on.
There seems to be two key camps that are really using these solutions. One of them is using for that advanced threat. So they're really trying to analyze, what's normal, look for anomalies in the data, look for patterns that would indicate that there's something going on that would indicate, somebody exfiltrating data from the network or, in there roaming around when they're not supposed to be. The other camp is really trying to solve fraud-based issues. And the fraud issues are slightly different in that they are typically rather, insurance-based fraud or, money laundering or those types of things. And in those scenarios, we see a lot more of this reaching back into the past, where they're taking historical data from years and years gone by and using that historical data to profile what would be normal or a standard use of an application or, what is a common fraudulent application. And using that to build metrics and risk metrics around real-time data so that they can weight it and correlate it very quickly to understand what threats they're under right now.
And the point of that is to take all of the, what you might call raw information, event IDs and IP addresses, boil all that up so you can actually extract from it meaningful insights that a business could use to actually make better decisions about how to run their business.